was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law.
Yes, and that's 750.
Is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All of us are done through Mr. Bernstein. It started from my mom right up to the siblings. So we are so grateful for Mr. Bernstein. The ins and outs takes us almost 3 years.
And now you're with your children?
Yes, I'm with them.
How does it feel to be with your kids now?
Oh, it's joyful, joyful. So I'm heading on to the next phase now. Thank you, Mr. Bernstein.
Okay. What is your American dream?
I'm from the Philippines. My American dream is to have a job wherein I can help people to achieve their dreams, which is the most important thing for me.
I'm American. I was born in New York, and my American dream is to constantly learn and grow and use whatever God's given me to help as many people as I can.
I'm from Belgium, and my American dream is to bring laughter and joy into people's lives through comedy.
My family background is West Indian with roots in Curacao, Guyana, and Puerto Rico. My American dream is to live in a country where everybody loves and respects one another.
My background is Irish and African American. My American dream would be to make enough to live a happy and fulfilling life.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Sparring Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Sparring Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The outcome of your divorce can affect you for the rest of your life. If you don't have the right attorney, you could literally be paid through the nose forever.
That's right, Brad. For example, did you know that half the money you put into your retirement during your marriage is up for grabs in your divorce. So a disagreement as to when your marriage exactly ended could cost you thousands of dollars from your hard-earned retirement fund. And let's say you bought a house together. Factors like who's paying the bills, who paid the down payment, and whether you're receiving rental income can all affect your settlement in huge ways.
If you're having family law issues, if you're having matrimonial issues, you need attorneys who are going to fight hard for you. Call the matrimonial department, the family law department here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
This is an attorney advertisement. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcomes.
All of us are done through Mr. Bernstein. It started from a mom right up to the siblings. So we are so grateful for Mr. Bernstein. The ins and outs takes us almost 3 years.
And now you're with your children?
Yes, I'm with them.
How does it feel to be with your kids now?
Oh, it's joyful, joyful. So I'm heading on to the next phase now. Thank you, Mr. Bernstein.
Okay. What is your American dream?
I was born in New York. My American dream is music, and DJing is the one thing that I love.
My family's from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised in the Bronx. My American dream is to achieve success and prosperity through my hard work.
I am from India. I do hope that each one of us realize our own humanity and start helping each other succeed. We are all humanity, and that's the least we should be able to do.
I am from Poland. My American dreams be close to my kids and my grandkids, be happy, enjoy daily life. My dreams are very humble.
I'm from Suriname, South America. My American dream is to take advantage of opportunities to excel at my talents.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Then I'm at the club, right? And she comes up to me and she has a nerve to say, "You're not as cute as that other groundhog I met." I was like, what? I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, hello. Did you miss last Friday's episode of the Brad and Squeeze show? Well, it was a great episode. Brad told us all about his intense movie knowledge, and he was right. Richard Pryor did not star in Blazing Saddles. He co-wrote it. And also Brad learned that topping it off is different than topping it up. You top off a drink or your gas tank. You top up a phone. And viewer Esther did not realize she was still married. How does that even happen? And our field reporter Anna Ascona from Miami Beach interviewed Priscilla Rojas, a filmmaker who immigrated to the United States from Venezuela and is living her American dream. What's new today? Well, you gotta watch to find out.
Sam, hold on a second. Why do you have a mug and I don't?
Because I'm the Brad and Squeeze Show mascot. You are Mr. Awesome, Moshe. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Brad about getting you a mug. But you can't have this one. It's mine. It is my mug, and that's final.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so there it is. Welcome, everybody. It is a Monday. This is the Brad Sans Squeeze Show. It's what it is today. We'll see what it is tomorrow, but right now it's Brad Sans Squeeze, Brad without squeeze. But if you call right now, we have about... Well, we haven't even started our show yet. We got 5 people on hold. We're going to get to everybody right now. The telephone number to call to get your immigration questions asked and answered is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. I don't know how Sam became the official mascot of the Brad and Squeeze Show, but I guess he is. Call right now, 1-800-529-5465 to get your immigration questions asked and answered. 1-800-529-5465. Of course, you can always leave your immigration questions on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, and we will be getting to Belgium Kim in about 20-25 minutes from now to answer all of your questions that you leave on our Facebook and YouTube page. So if you want to hang out with us and you're a little shy like me, because I'm shy, if you're a little shy like me and you want to not get on our show, but just leave your question and have me answer it, you leave it right now on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, and we will be answering it. 1-800-529-5465. Of course, we are on Facebook. Of course, we are on YouTube. We got a whole big show ahead of us. Aviva from the Real Housewives, Drescher from the, God, I went blank on her last name. Aviva Drescher from the Real Housewives of New York will be joining us. And that's kind of cool. And believe it or not, even a Real Housewife of New York has an immigration story. Believe that one. 1-800-529-5465. As we speak right now, the Senate is holding immigration debates. And this is the first time in a very, very long time that the Senate is having an open debate about actually drafting a law during the debate. This hasn't happened in decades. As a matter of fact, usually how it works is that deals are made behind doors, deals are made, in front of doors, wherever they make their deals in the Senate, and then they bring up the bill to say yes or no, and then during the process of saying yes or no, people add amendments onto the bills to change it a little bit here, to change it a little bit there. But this is the first time in decades where there's absolutely no bill to be voted up or down and add amendments to. This is the first time where they're actually drafting the bill as the debate is going on. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. I can tell you that Donald Trump wants to see a fence built. How that's going to solve anything, I don't know. There's lots of Republicans, including Donald Trump, who have already caused an enormous situation, humanitarian situation, as it pertains to Haitians with TPS, Nicaraguans with TPS, El Salvadorans with TPS, a major humanitarian situation in neighborhoods in which people who have TPS live, a major humanitarian situation for dreamers, and he's taking a humanitarian situation, literally holding the lives of millions and millions and millions of people and their families, and giving them unneeded anxiety, and giving them unneeded stress, and sending ICE into their neighborhoods to scare the hell out of them, and possibly sending them home to countries that will even exacerbate what is already a humanitarian situation in many of these countries in which the TPS and the Dreamers came from, and is doing all of this as a bargaining chip to build a wall, to change the immigration laws. He is using the lives of millions and millions of people. That's not a starting point for an immigration debate. Okay? I was watching, as a matter of fact, I was just watching this weekend Narcos. I went on a binge watching Narcos all weekend. First time. By the way, I recommend everybody watch it on Netflix. They didn't pay me to tell you that. I'm just telling you, it was an awesome show. And Pablo Escobar. It's about Pablo Escobar. And he basically used narco-terrorism to get his way. He says, you know what, I don't like this, so I'm going to cause a lot of havoc. I'm going to cause a lot of grief. I'm going to cause a lot of death to get the political situation the way I want it. That was basically his whole thing in Colombia. I don't see much difference other than they're not bombing people, but I mean, they're using the lives of millions of people and holding them in the balance, sending them home, possibly to starve, to die, to not have a job, to not have a home. Who knows, to cause a huge humanitarian crisis to get their political way. So I'm not saying Trump is Escobar, but I'm certainly not saying he's Mother Teresa either. So that's what's going on in immigration. So the quid pro quo is this. Absolutely, if you're going to call me and say, hey, Brad, what's going to happen? I don't know. Anyone you watch on CNN doesn't know. Anyone you watch on Fox News doesn't know. Even the senators and even Trump himself doesn't know how this is ultimately going to turn out, simply because nobody's seen this before. The only thing I can tell you is this, okay? Trump wants to get rid of family immigration. So if you're a U.S. citizen, you want to file for your children, he says you can't do it anymore. If you're a U.S. citizen, you want to file for your brother and sister, can't do it anymore. If you're a U.S. citizen, you want to file for your parents to come here and live with you. You can't do that anymore based on what Trump is proposing in this debate. I can tell you that if you are a U.S. citizen or you're a permanent resident and you want to be reunited with your family, now's a pretty good week to file those papers. I don't know if next week will be a good week, but I know this week's a good week. You'll be included. 1-800-529-5465. Also, please leave your questions on Facebook. Please leave your questions on YouTube. And this is what I'm going to ask of everybody right now. I'm asking everybody to take out your thumb. We have a video. I know we do. Take out your thumb. Take out, nope, that's a tiger. It's not the video. That's not what we wanted to get to yet. You take out your thumb. You take out your finger, however you do it, and please share this. If everybody who's watching right now shares to at least one person, or maybe even more than one person, we're going to double, triple, quadruple the number of viewers, and that's how you can help us by telling everybody in the world that this show exists, by telling everybody in the world that we are here to help you, by telling everyone in the world that even if you don't need the help, there's a whole Brad Squad and Team Squeeze right there to entertain you for 2 hours just with the comments alone. So please share Team Squeeze. Please share Brad Squad, and please let the world know that we're here to help you. And then also you can have a little fun just making friends with everybody online. And the telephone number to call, 1-800-529-5465. Quickly, what else is in the news here? Barack Obama had his portrait unveiled by the National Portrait Gallery. A very famous artist by the name of Kehinde Wiley. By the way, he's a very famous young contemporary black artist. His paintings, that's what he did for Obama. But his paintings, if you go and you want to go buy his painting in an art gallery, they probably go for $500,000, maybe $700,000 now. And he's a young black, very well known black contemporary artist in the contemporary art world, and couldn't think of somebody better. And there's Michelle Obama that he did as well. No, he did not do Michelle's portrait. It was done by Amy Sherrill, the first prize winner of the Portrait Gallery's 2016 Outwin Bouchevet Portrait Competition. But it was the picture of Obama that made the national headlines over the weekend because somebody photoshopped a beard on Obama. And people were going crazy saying, does this guy have a beard? And I am sure that Brad Squad and Team Squeeze, I know they do not like beards. I have been told that time and time again. So just let everybody know that this is a fake news thing. He does not have a beard as far as I am aware. Don't go crazy. Don't start threatening to hold him down and shave him. I think he's completely beardless and this was a Photoshop, but the internet is going crazy with Obama beard. And so now we're going to have, hopefully, at some point, a side-by-side picture of me with a beard and Obama with a beard, and we're going to say who wore the beard better. Maybe one day we'll do that. I don't know. 1-800-529-5465. Please leave your questions also on Facebook and YouTube, and please don't forget to share this with your friends and family. Let them know that we will be answering their immigration questions, your legal issues. And you can leave those questions on Facebook, on YouTube, and all you have to do is simply just type in your question. But when you type in your question, let me give you a little advice here when you type in your question, okay? You don't have to give us your name, although we know your fake name, whatever it is, your Instagram, your Facebook name. But what we do want to know is where you're from, when did you come to the United States, and give us a little detail. What family do you have here? Give us a little detail. If the question is going to be, hey, Brad, how do I get a green card? I'm going to say, I don't know. It's too open-ended. Give us specifics about your specific situation so I can help you. What else is happening? Looks like the Lions got back at the Poachers for once. In Kruger National Park, there was a guy who snuck into Kruger National Park. I was there in South Africa. You are not allowed to shoot lions in Kruger National Park. Apparently, is this the guy who actually got mauled? I don't know. Another guy. But I've been in Kruger National Park, and there was a guy who obviously snuck into Kruger National Park. The lions, actually, they are very tame as long as you leave them alone. And he snuck into Kruger National Park to try to poach a lion, basically kill him for game. And apparently, he got too close to the lion, and the lions ate him. So that's 1 win for the Lions, 0 wins for the Poachers. His remains were found over the weekend in the bush at a private game park just outside of Kruger National Park. Oh, it wasn't actually in Kruger National Park. And the officials found a rifle and the ammunition next to his body. And the quote from the officials in South Africa is, "It seems the victim was poaching in the game park when he was attacked and killed by lions. They ate his body, all of his body, and just left his head and his gun." So 1 win for the Lions, 0 wins for the Poachers. I was there. It's actually quite scary as you get close to the Lions and they're looking at you. And if you make one wrong move at them, trust me, they would pounce on you in 2 seconds. And there was a guy there, you know, we were in a Jeep. I went on a safari and we were in a Jeep and there's a guy with a gun. I go, have you ever had to shoot anybody before? I mean, he was pretty calm. He had his gun in his lap. I said, don't you think you should have like the gun out ready to point it at them in case they pounce on us? I mean, we were like 10 feet away. He goes, no, you don't want to make any sudden moves. You don't want to move. Just sit there quietly and watch them. But if I were to move for my gun, they would take that as an offensive move and they may come and attack. So, I'm not going to kill the Lions, but I can tell you, you don't get too close to them. Okay, it's common sense. And that guy got lost. Finally, before we get into our immigration questions, this is really, really important. Missouri has decided to make sliced bread a state holiday in Missouri. Can't make this crap up. A bill pending in the State House would designate July 7th as Missouri Sliced Bread Day. The city of Missouri, where Chillicothe, Missouri, is where sliced bread was discovered, which, this was the greatest invention since sliced bread is probably one of the most famous lines of all time. Let's see, what else is happening? There's going to be a tequila shortage. I'll cry for that later. World's Fair's coming. All right, that's it. Let's go to our immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. Yvette has been waiting 21 minutes. Yvette, how are you?
You're not interested.
Yvette.
Yes.
What's
speaking.
up? What's going on?
Okay, my question, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. My daughter. My mother filed for me and my kids. Okay. My filing came through in 2015 August. Mm-hmm. But I did not get the letter, so the immigration sent out another package for me in November. At that time,
who filed for you?
My mom. My mom.
Okay,
yes.
And she filed for you in what year?
I think she said she started 2008.
Okay, where are you now? You're in Queens?
Yes, I'm in Queens.
Okay, how did your mom get her green card?
Oh, her husband filed for her.
Okay.
Yes. So she came to America in 1993. That's the same year my daughter was born.
Okay, when did you come to America?
I came to America 2016, January. Yeah.
All right. So she filed for you in 2008. Where's mom now?
She's here.
Okay, so what's going on?
My daughter aged out after filing when it came through.
Right.
So only me and my 2 younger kids are here.
Right.
So my daughter, Crystal, she turned 22 when it came through.
Do you realize, let me ask you a question, do you realize you have to go, where are you from, Jamaica?
Yes, I'm from Jamaica.
Do you realize you have to go back to Jamaica to pick up your green card?
No, I got my green card.
You got your green card already?
Yes,
so you came, I understand now. I misunderstood. I thought you came here and that you were living here out of status and now you want to get your green card.
No. It's my daughter
you immigrated properly with your green card in 2016.
Yes.
And now your daughter aged out and she's 22. Where is she? She's back home?
She's in Jamaica, yes.
Okay.
She's now 25 years old.
Have you filed for her?
Yes, I put in her documents 2 years ago, the same year when I came up.
Okay, good. So what is the question?
Her petition date was the January 27, 2016.
Okay.
Yes, I would just like to know how long do you... It was June 27, 2016. Right. My question is, how long do you think I have to wait for her to get her here? Because all the siblings are here. She's left alone.
Yeah, I know. And I want you to know something. It's about another 5-year wait as we speak right now. And if President Trump has his way, it'll be never based on what you do. Right now, permanent residents who filed for their children over the age of 21 are waiting since January 15th, 2011. So you're about 5 more years away. What I would suggest is you make an appointment to come see us. Maybe there's a possibility she can get sponsored in a job. That's a lot faster. Or maybe there's some other way we can get her here. But by waiting on what you're doing for her is going to be a long time.
Oh my God!
All right. So let's do 2 things. One is it's good to know it's going to be a long time. Okay. Although there's a lot of now stress and anxiety. Number 2. You know you're speaking to a very good lawyer. Come and speak to me, and let's see if there's other options for her. Okay? So hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Sophia in Plantation, Florida. Sophia.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. I have a question for you. Can anyone that came here with a seaman visa, that's a CI visa, is there any hope for them?
Is there any hope for them? Is that the question? Yes, of course there's hope for them.
Because I have my brother who came here 2002, and he even got married, and the lawyers told him that Bush had passed a law that once you have a seaman visa and you overstayed, there's no hope for you.
All right,
He had been to several lawyers.
Bush didn't pass any law. He can do a provisional waiver. If he's married, we can get him a green card. Okay, so there's something called the provisional waiver. The provisional waiver allows him to go home for about 2 weeks, pick up his green card, and come back. We do it hundreds of times a year. As long as you get the provisional waiver, he doesn't have a criminal record, he never lied to the government, it's a real marriage, he has no problem going home with a provisional waiver and coming back in 2 weeks. Literally.
Okay.
We can help him. Hold on.
Okay, so if he... Okay.
Yeah, what?
I was asking you, do I come to New York to see you, or how do I do it?
You can come to New York to see me. I'm happy that you come back up, but we do phone consultations all over the United States of America. So let's start by phone. All right, hold on one second.
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Dwayne in Tampa, Florida. Dwayne.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. My question to you is, my wife is filing for my daughter, but the problem I'm having with the I-130 because I'm filling out the paperwork myself.
Right.
I have 2 paragraphs here. I know the first one, you said I am filing this petition for my select one. I said child, but down here it said stepchild. I said child was born to parents who were not married to each other at the time of childbirth. So I have these 2 little boxes kind of, messing with my mind a little bit.
Is it your child or?
Yeah, it's my daughter. It's my daughter, but my wife is filing for her. She's here with me right now.
Okay, so your wife is the stepmom.
Yes.
All right, so the answer is no. The parents were not married at the time. Your wife is the petitioner. It's not you. The questions are about your wife.
No, it's not me.
Right. The question. All the questions are about your wife. So the answer would be no.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
now I would say this. Where's your daughter?
She's home.
Where's home? In another country or home in Tampa, Florida?
No, she's Tampa, Florida.
Okay. So let me say this. Okay. This is your daughter's life. I know it stresses you out. It's worth just at a bare minimum to have a consultation with us just to make sure you're doing it right. Okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on one second. That's what I suggest. Let's go to Angela in Memphis, Tennessee. Angela, what's up?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm here in Memphis, and I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a permanent citizen here.
Great.
And I have a friend that I've met in West Africa, Sierra Leone, and we've been dating now for over a year. And I have the I-29 fiance packet, but it's so difficult. And I was just trying to see, is that something that you can do or help over the phone?
This is what I do every day of my life. We help people not only in New York, not only in New Jersey, Connecticut, but in Memphis, Tennessee as well. So what we do is we do a phone consultation with us. We put you on hold. You do a phone consultation with us. We go through the entire case in a lot of detail with you. So that way you feel very secure on what you're doing, what you're getting. And then at the end of the consultation, we'll say, this is what our fee is. If you want us to do it for you, this is what it is. If you want to do it on your own, at least you have a head start and you know what you're doing. And that's up to you. But and we have cases all over the country. Sometimes I've never met people. We only talk to them on the phone. And it's perfectly fine, because for immigration purposes, it doesn't really matter. I can handle a case in all 50 states for immigration. All right.
Okay, so do I just mail you? The application, or you have your own app?
I got my own applications. Don't worry. But hold on one second. You're going to speak to a representative off the air, and they'll explain everything to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. There you go. 1-800-529-5465. Lawanda in Yonkers, New York. Lawanda.
Hi. Yes. Hello.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Yes, my question is, my boyfriend has been, and he went back to Jamaica in 2016, and he tried to come back up a few days ago, but he got sent back and got his visa canceled.
Wait, he got sent back? Why? Why did he get sent back?
Because when he was on the plane coming over, his plane ticket had him where he had to have a stop because we couldn't afford a non-stop ticket, and he stopped in Atlanta and they interrogated him and sent him back.
No, that's not why he got sent back, because he couldn't afford a non-stop ticket. There was a reason why he got stopped in Atlanta. He got deported at the airport, okay, and there was a reason for it, okay.
Right. So, they sent him back because when he was here before, they looked in the system and said that they saw he had a American account open. And when he was here before,
what do you mean by an American account?
Like they said that they tried to say he was making money from somewhere because.
Okay, so all right. So then they believe he was working illegally, and he was using a visitor's visa to work illegally. If that's the case, then they said they stopped him from misrepresenting what his purpose of coming to the United States is. That is not a 5-year bar. That is a bar for life. He is never allowed to return again. He can't get a visa ever. He can't get a green card ever unless he gets a waiver for that. Now you're the girlfriend?
Yeah.
All right. So really what it comes down to is if you want him here and you have a real relationship with this man and you're in love with him, you're going down to marry him. Other than that, he's not coming back. And then there's no guarantee. You need to do a waiver.
Okay.
Based on what you're telling me, that's what it sounds like.
Okay, so I have to go to Jamaica and marry him.
I'm not saying you have to. You don't have to do anything. I'm saying if you are in love with this man and you want to spend the rest of your life with him, you go to Jamaica, marry him, and you're going to file a waiver. But before we do any of that, before you run to Jamaica and marry him, I'm basing this based on, because he's only going to get a waiver through a parent or a spouse. Does he have a parent here?
No.
Okay, so he's never getting a waiver ever in his life unless he's married in a bona fide marriage to somebody. Sounds like a bona fide marriage to you, assuming you go marry him. But before we do any of that, before you go fly down, come see us and let's pull his records and confirm what you're telling me and what I'm saying to you is correct. All right? I'm basing my advice on what you're, it's like playing telephone. He said this, she said this, and they say the next person, and before you know it, all the facts are screwed up and we're giving advice based on wrong facts. Not to say you're purposely saying anything wrong. I'm just saying let's confirm, what we do is we get the records from the airport and confirm what you're telling me is correct. And then if it is, my advice is also correct.
Okay, and it doesn't help the fact that he has a child here that's a U.S. citizen?
For a waiver, it may help. But it's not going to help.
Because the child has his last name.
For a waiver, it may help. You can't base hardship on a child. You can only base hardship on a spouse or a parent. But somehow, sometimes in waivers, let's say, for example, the child has, I'm giving this as an example. I have no idea. Let's say the child has no one to take care of this child. You're the one taking care of this child. You've taken it upon yourself to take care of this child. Now, this child has no mother. This child has no father. The father's stuck home. You want to bring the father here. There's a hardship to you for raising his child. I mean, there's ways to bring children into waivers depending on what the facts of that particular case is.
Okay.
All right, I'm just making stuff up. I don't know because we can't make stuff up and just say this is it. It's what your situation is, and what your situation is will determine what the waiver is. All right, hold on one second.
Okay.
Hold on. All right, let's go to Azad in Queens. Azad.
Yeah, hi. How are you?
What's going on?
I have a quick question for you. My wife, she went to interview for us 2 weeks ago. And they denied the...
Where'd your wife go for an interview?
I'm sorry?
Where'd she go for an interview?
It's 26 Pearl Plaza, Manhattan.
Okay, so she went with you?
Yeah, she worked with me, and she passed the exam, and they denied the, her citizenship.
For her citizenship? Not her green card. Why did they deny her citizenship? What happened?
Because she was here 91, and... I think she's from Bangladesh, and then her passport it's not her passport. She's from LA.
Okay, so she got a green card, and then there was some sort of let's work through this a second. She got a green card, and probably what happened is that she paid a penalty fee back in the 90s for entry without inspection. But what she didn't do is and this is usually how they catch you on these citizenship, but usually what what happens is she entered without inspection, but what she didn't say when she got her green card in the 90s is she entered without inspection by using a fake document in somebody else's name. And then when she goes out of citizenship, they say, aha, fake document, you never got a waiver for it. Now it's as if you don't even have a green card. Hold on, don't say a word. Believe it or not, I've seen this before, so I know what to do. Hold on. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Hold on. You need a consultation. All right, let's go to Charles in Brooklyn. Charles.
Yes, good evening. What's up?
What's up, Charles?
How are you?
Fabulous, and yourself?
Look, question.
Yes.
I'm good, man. Question.
Yes.
I took a friend to your office sometime last year, around August, and she spoke to at an attorney of yours, and the attorney told her that she would pull her case sometime in January of this year, so she have not heard nothing from the attorney as yet. So she's a bit confused and worried right now. So she wants to know what's going on. You know,
how would I know? Some random person comes to me 6 months ago and she's confused. Hold on, come make an appointment. That's why we're your lawyers. Okay, you don't need to call to find out. I don't know the answer. I don't have her file in front of me. But you make an appointment to come in, and we'll be happy to talk.
No, but
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I understand.
Yeah. So the answer is make an appointment. Hold on. George in Long Island.
Hey, Broad. What's up? Yeah, I have a question. A friend of mine, she got a 6 month visa.
Yeah.
To travel, and she came up and she spent the 6 months. Went down like about a week before the 6 months. Now she want to travel, but she's afraid.
She got a 6 month visa, and how long did she stay last time she was here?
Close to 6 months, about a couple of days.
And when did she leave? When did she leave the country?
In November last year.
She can't.
November, December.
She can't come back. If she comes back now, they're going to stop her at the airport. They're going to say you're using the visa to come live in America.
So how long before she could use it?
I mean, there's no set rule, but I like to say for every month you're in America, you should be out for more than a year, for more than 2.5 months. So if she was here for 6 months, multiply 6 times 2.5, so it's about 15, 16 months before she should come back.
Okay.
What's your relationship to her?
My cousin.
It's your cousin. Tell her to make an appointment from the phone.
No, she's in Jamaica.
Yeah, from Jamaica. We have phone consults in Jamaica. And then we'll figure out what to do for her. All right?
All right.
Hold on. All right. Let's go to Bola in the Bronx. Bola.
Hello.
Hey, Bola.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's up?
I'm a U.S. citizen,
right?
And I applied for my mom. She was in America already. She overstayed, but then I applied for her, and she got a work employment authorization with the Social Security. If you understand what I mean?
Yeah, you filed an adjustment for her.
Yes, I did, and
right.
we're in the process. But she got the social and the card.
Right.
I just want to ask, I'm a U.S. citizen. How long is it going to take for me to apply for any one of my siblings over the age of 18?
About 15 years.
15 years. Now, if my mom does it on a green card status, how long will it take, please?
About 7 or 8, assuming they're single.
Assuming they're still single. All right, that's my question. You're doing a great job. I want to say thank you and thumbs up.
Where are you from? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Nigeria.
Okay, thanks for watching. And tell a friend to tell a friend.
I will,
Thank
sure.
you. Appreciate it. Okay,
Bye.
Best of luck. All right, let's go. One last question. We'll go to John in Harlem, and then we're going to find Belgium Kim, our social media guru, with all of your immigration questions from Facebook and YouTube. John in Harlem, New York. What's up?
Yeah, hello. How are you doing?
What's going on?
Wonderful. I just have a quick question, right? I have my uncle. He came from Canada, and he came over here. He over here like 17 years now. What should I do about that?
Your uncle came over from Canada and he's here 17. You can't do anything for an uncle. He needs to do something for himself.
No. But he just want to know, the procedure. If you have any procedure to do it,
There's no procedure for nephew for uncle. There's no procedure that I'm here 17 years. I get a green card. So
yes, I know. But he just want to know if he could anything he could do to get a green card now.
I don't know. How could I? You could say my uncle came here 17 years ago. He'd like to get a green card. I don't know anything about your uncle. I don't know anything about what his situation is.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on one second. And I think what needs to happen is your uncle, where is he?
He's over here still. He's
in New York?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on. Let's make an appointment for him to come in. We'll sit down with him.
Right.
We spend about 20, 30 minutes with somebody, and we'll figure out their life, okay? So hold on one second.
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. You can call. I don't know why I have a pen in my hand, but you can call. Let me get rid of that pen. You can call, and you can hold on. We're gonna get back to your immigration questions online in about 15, 20 minutes from now. Or you can leave your questions on Facebook and YouTube, and we're going to be answering them in about 30 seconds. As soon as we say hello first to Belgium Kim. Where are you, Belgium Kim? Hello! Hello! Look how happy you are. Look how happy you are. Is everyone this happy for Belgium, or is it just you?
I don't think it rains all the time. People are generally.
By the way, I look like a giant next to you right now.
I know. Hold on, I can fix it.
Why can't we fix it ahead of time? Why is this like that? There you go.
Because you never know how tall.
No, you need to even make yourself taller.
I know.
Voila! Voila! All right. So we have questions, or have we answered all of them?
Have we answered every single immigration question of all time?
Have we?
Not today.
Not today.
Today is not the day. We have answered every.
Okay. All right. So let's go.
Sorry. Casey wants to know, I've got a question. Someone recently received their immigrant visa and has been living in the States for about 6 months now. But this someone's fiance lives in Jamaica and has a 10-year visa that he travels back and forth on. But they've been living in Jamaica together for about 4 years before she immigrated to the U.S. My question is, what would you advise her to do to get her fiance a permanent stay here in the U.S.?
So it's somebody with a green card. They've had it for 4 years, and she has a fiance. Yeah. Go marry the guy. Go file the I-130 for him as quickly as possible. Come see us. Let's make you a citizen as quickly as possible. And assuming you've had it for 4+ years, you're probably eligible for citizenship shortly. And even if you're not, it's only 18, 20 months married to a permanent resident. As a permanent resident, there's no such thing as a fiancé visa. You literally have to go marry the guy or the woman, whoever it may be, file for him, but it's not that long of a wait. I mean, in relative, yes, it's, don't get me wrong, 18 to 20 months is a long time to be reunited with somebody you love, okay? I'm in a relationship for 4 months. I'm like, wow, this is a really long time. So you can only imagine. Commitment. Wow. You can only imagine. I could only imagine what it is for like 18 months. I mean, it's a big sacrifice. But in relative terms with immigration, the way it is today, it's not that long. So start the process.
I got to be honest, I hit the 6 month mark and I feel like...
Yeah, right. Woo, right. And you imagine you're at 6 months, you're like, what the hell's going on here? And people filed an I-130 and 6 months have gone, and they still haven't even gotten approved yet.
Wow, you and I, this is the privilege we have, Brad. This is the privilege we have.
That's true. Privilege of an American, yes.
Marsha Lay is asking a question, and she wants to know, her husband is a citizen by birth. She's in the U.S., and he submitted the I-130 and the I-130. What forms are they going to need to submit next once they get a response from...
If you're in the United States, file the I-45. I don't know why you're just filing an I-130. You're doing it wrong.
Arlene says, I told my friend this, but she's saying that her daughter was filed for by her dad, who's a citizen. The daughter came to the U.S. when she was 17 years old, but did not get automatic citizenship based off of her dad's citizenship status. She says that her daughter filed for her citizenship years later. And the real question is, when a citizen files for his or her child and they have their permanent resident card before the child's 18th birthday, don't they automatically become citizens?
No, they don't. It depends. Two things. Number one is, when was she born? All right. So if she was turned 18 years old, if she was born prior to whatever 2001 minus 18 is, but if you turn, let's go backwards, okay? If you were under 18, if you were over 18 after February 1st, 2001, you fall under the old laws. If you are under 18 after February 1st, 2001, you fall under the new laws. So the first thing is, How old were you in February of 2001? Okay, under the
Yeah.
old laws, you have to be able to prove that the mother died before 18, or the father had legal custody through a divorce in order for you to be a citizen through your dad. After 18, it has nothing to do with the mother passing or not, and it has nothing to do with a divorce. It has to do with, do you have the physical and actual legal custody of that child under 18. It's not enough to have physical custody, and it's not enough to have legal custody. And by the way, we're going to have Megan, who's our matrimonial lawyer, come on. We're not doing that today. We're doing that another day. She's going to be talking about tax today. But if you watch another day, we're going to have Megan talking about that because it's on our topic list.
Yes. It all intersects. This is why we are a full-service law firm, folks, because all of your issues tend to intersect. Family law, immigration, criminal.
And by the way, I want everybody to share. Let's take a second.
That's a good second.
Let's take a second and remind people how to share. There's a graphic we have, and there we go. All right, so what we'd like to do is ask everybody again right now, let everybody know that we are answering your questions on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live. We're answering your immigration questions, and please share to your friends and family. Let them know that we are here to help and get your immigration questions asked and answered. All right, Kim. What else you got?
Brad,
Yeah.
we have a question from Haida. Haida wants to know, how can I ask how to apply as a caregiver in the United States?
You need a job sponsor first. Find a job sponsor and then prove you're not taking a job away from an American.
Lloyda wants to know, can I apply for a second time for a tourist visa? And if so, what is the requirement? My cousin helped me and he sent in an affidavit of support the first time around, but my first application for a tourist visa was denied. I'm a government employee at my job. I've been there for 5 years. Can you please help me?
Yeah, you need to show you're returning to your home country. So it depends on what your position is in the government. The bigger your position in the government, the more likely it is you're going to return to your job. It has nothing to do with your cousin's affidavit of support, and it has everything to do with, will you return to your home country?
Dolly would like to know, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, how long is it going to take to get your green card?
If you're in another country, a little over a year. If you're in America, about 9 months.
So she has a follow-up to that. She says, if your documents were filed in September of 2016, and the person waiting on the appointment letter is the petitioner, is a green card holder, is that okay?
If the petitioner is a green card holder, yeah, it's okay. It's just going to wait longer.
Okay, perfect. And is it okay that the appointment letter is going to be sent to the green card holder? Is that going to pose a problem?
No.
Lorna wants to know, if I file for my husband, how long is that going to take?
Lorna, are you a citizen or a resident? Give us a little more info.
That's the first question I asked. And I asked also where her husband was.
Yeah, also tell her to give us more info.
More information, Lorna. Sophia says, if you have a 2-year green card and your husband sent you a letter to go to court for a divorce, what can you do to get the 10-year green card?
File a waiver of the joint application, prove it's a real marriage. You don't have to stay in an unhappy marriage, and you don't have to stay in a marriage just to get a green card. You're getting a divorce. It's perfectly fine for you to remove the conditions. Here's the divorce immigration officer, and here's proof it was a real marriage.
Nandine wants to know, I have a friend who's in a relationship with a guy. He wants to marry her to file for her. However, he has a sex offense charge against him, and he got out of jail just 14 months ago. He was in a relationship with a 15-year-old while he was 24. Is there any way that he's going to be able to file for her and her kids in Jamaica?
He can try, but it's going to be almost impossible to get. He needs an Adam Walsh waiver. And it's going to be very, very difficult. I've never seen them approved, ever. They just don't approve them.
You've never seen one approved?
I've never seen one approved in my career.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. I understand why it's there, though. It makes sense.
Right. It's impossible. Because the waiver, and I've talked about it before, is you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the person who's coming up is in no danger, her and her children. And how could anybody prove beyond a reasonable doubt that a sex offender who went to jail will never commit? It's like saying, prove that, you can never prove, you can go to a psychiatrist, Kim, okay? You're a perfectly normal person, okay? And the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist will say, you know what? It is extraordinarily unlikely that Kim would do anything crazy like, I don't know, go on a rampage, okay? But you can never, a psychiatrist could never say it is 100% certain that Kim will never go on it, because who could ever say it's 100% certain? You can say it's 99.99999% certain. You're not. I mean, you don't seem like you're going to. But how could anybody ever predict the future? So they're asking a psychiatrist to predict the future, that this person is completely safe, and it's impossible to do. The law is unfair. It's impossible it's impossible to meet the burden based on the way.
I was just about to say it's a burden that you can't ever meet.
Reach. Right.
Wow. Allie would like to know, I came to the U.S. in 2015 on a B2 visa. My best friend decided that we should get married, and we stayed and got married. My paperwork was denied. Is my EAD card still valid after I've now received the denial, and can I go ahead and refile my case?
You can refile it again. Once you get the denial, your EAD is no good. But between me and you, who would know the difference? It expires when it expires.
Gotcha. Although Brad would point out in this case that saying that my best friend and I decided to get married.
Oh, I didn't even hear that part. Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound very, very kosher, right? Even in Belgium, that's not kosher.
Even in Belgium, I'm like,
maybe that's why it got denied.
Sketch-tastic.
Yeah, maybe immigration was right. It's not a bona fide marriage. Just maybe.
Right. Maybe, just maybe.
Just maybe. All right, what else?
Brandon wants to know, I came here on an H-2B visa in 2016. I got married in October of 2017. I haven't filed my paperwork yet. I'm thinking about filing it within the next couple weeks. Am I going to have any problems? I'm going to go ahead and sponsor myself.
How are you sponsoring yourself?
I'm assuming by sponsoring himself, he means the affidavit of support.
You can't provide your own affidavit of support. What is he talking about?
Your own affidavit, right?
No. What is he talking about?
I don't
He needs to tell us more info.
Yes. We've got a question.
The answer is, sounds like you have a problem because you can't sponsor yourself unless under certain circumstances. So.
We got big issues.
Right. I mean, you can sponsor yourself in a VAWA case. You can sponsor yourself extraordinary ability. But then you don't need to give your own affidavit of support. So I'm not sure exactly what he's talking about.
Got it. We've got Chelsea on YouTube who wants to know, how long is your immigration medical valid for after you've submitted it and sent it?
1 year from the time you took it.
Glorious. We have Carol who says, my cousin is using a social security card she got about 15 years ago through an unknown entity with her correct name. Now she's married to a U.S. citizen that never showed up for the interview. Would they find out that she worked under the wrong social security and disguised as a U.S. citizen because she doesn't have a work authorization card? Yeah, it's a whopper, Brad. It's a whopper.
Yeah. False claim to U.S. citizenship is a crime. Are you now admitting that somebody just committed a crime and if you admit to that, you've just admitted to it. Stop right here. Okay?
Yes.
Don't be fools, people. Making a false claim to a U.S. citizenship, even to get a job, is a crime punishable by 3 to 7 years in jail. Are you that foolish to just say to somebody, by the way, I just robbed a bank. I got the money in a garbage bag in the trunk of my car. If I drive the car with the money to immigration for my interview, will I have a problem? People, come on!
We get those more often than we like.
You gotta be smart when you ask questions, okay? Because now, when you ask a question here, okay, there's no attorney-client privilege. Right. The entire world hears this. You only have an attorney-client privilege, meaning that this is privileged information that nobody will ever know when there is nobody else in earshot of your conversation with an attorney. That's what the law says. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, for example, okay, to be really, very specific about this, let's say you come with your friend to an attorney and you admit to your attorney something that is, in essence, a crime. And your friend is in the room with you. There's no attorney privilege because your friend's not your attorney. Okay? Oh. If a third party who's not your attorney hears it, not privileged. Guess what? The entire world just heard that one. Okay? Now, on the other hand, if you come in and see me and we're in a private room one-on-one, then it's a privileged conversation. Nope, I can't tell anybody what you just did. Okay? So just be careful what you ask me here. If it sounds bad, it probably is. I'm not telling people not to ask their questions. I'm just, you can't admit to crimes.
I don't know. I don't know. I have a question, follow-up to that, actually, yes. Brad. Is a private message then with an attorney on a social media platform, would that be considered privileged or no, because then the third-party platform is considered
there's no attorney-client privilege until you actually hire an attorney and come and sit with them. So sending an unsolicited email to an attorney says, hey, I just robbed a bank. I'm on my way to court with the money in the back seat. What should I do? Well, I'm not your attorney yet. Just because you send me, I'm an attorney, We have to have an attorney-client relationship first. And you sending me an email unsolicited by me and just asking a question does not form the attorney-client privilege. And if you really think about it, we even say it at the end of our show that nothing said here has, it's part of our disclaimer at the end. It's not an attorney-client privilege, and it's general information. So you got to be careful on what you say.
We've got Cece, who wants to know, what are the odds of getting a VAWA petition approved when there's been no physical abuse? A friend of mine is trying to do that since her application for adjustment was denied when her husband didn't show up to her interview. And even though the husband never abused her physically, her new attorney is telling her to file a VAWA petition.
Well, if there was extreme emotional abuse, then you have a good chance. There's plenty of clients who have been that we have here at Spar and Bernstein who have suffered extreme emotional abuse. And there are others who haven't. So if you have suffered extreme emotional abuse, by all means, do it. If you haven't, then you're filing a frivolous lawsuit. It's not about the attorney telling me to do it. It's about, did it happen?
We've got Nandine, who says...
All right, so let's do this.
Sorry,
because we've been... Yeah, well, let's do 2 or 3 more questions. And then I want to get to some people who have been on hold for a little bit. And then we want to get to Aviva Drescher, and we have Megan coming up. We've got a lot, and then we'll come back to you at the end.
That sounds great. So I want to squeeze in just a couple more questions then.
Yes.
Maury says, my son and I were on file to come to the U.S. I left him in Jamaica because his visa was not paid for. Can I now go ahead and pay for his visa, or is there going to be a problem?
Well, as long as he's under 21 and he's a derivative on your case, why not?
Perfect. We've got Navy Gal, who says, my mother-in-law put in for her 3 kids aged 45, 44, and 43 in 2013. How much longer is the wait going to be?
If they're unmarried, about 3 to 4 years. Maybe 2. Let's go call it 2 to 3 years.
And then last question before we head to the next
segment, block. In our Brad and Squeeze lingo, it's the next block. That's what Jill is taught me. It's block. We're coming up to block D.
Block D.
Block D coming up soon.
Block D.
Yes. It sounds like I'm in jail. Yeah, Brad's in block D now.
It sounds real dirty. Yeah. It sounds real dirty.
So, in any event, what's your last question? Let's go. We have lots to do here, Kim. I'm getting very anxious. I got lots to do here.
I know you.
We only have an hour to go. There's lots to do. We got boom, 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 boom.
Beverly says, can a citizen apply for her married daughter and her underage grandchildren?
Yes, but it's going to take 12, 14 years.
Glorious. Thank you, sir.
We will be back with more questions from Belgium Kim later on in the show. Leave your questions on Facebook and YouTube. I promise you we will get them all done. Or try to get most of them done. How's that? And the quicker you leave your question, the more likely it is that I'll answer it.
Challenge accepted.
All right, thanks, Kim. We'll see you in a bit. All right, let's go to Audrey in Brooklyn. Audrey, hi.
Hi, Brad.
What's up?
Yeah, he's up to. Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
I heard a question on the program tonight, and I was a little nervous about it. So I want to ask you,
what?
how can immigration? Is it possible for them to know that you have a U.S. account at the airport when you're coming at the airport?
Yeah, anything's possible. How about this? They just look on your phone.
Oh. Okay.
Because your phone's up for grabs.
Okay.
They could look at whatever they want on your phone.
Oh, I was thinking they could know otherwise. Like if I'm just saying, somebody come and they.
You think the U.S. government, okay, wouldn't know about accounts if they wanted to? Of course they would.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And a second question I'm asking on behalf of a friend. My friend, she got her green card through an immigration judge. Can she become a U.S. citizen?
If she is eligible, why not? Depends what.
Oh, okay.
Because if she was before a judge, it may have been for certain crimes that were getting her deported. So it depends on what her crimes are.
No, it wasn't her. I don't want to go into details like you just said.
Okay, fine. As long as she doesn't have a criminal record, yes.
Okay, because it all pertained to her husband. He was deported, but she came up. But he was in drugs and he was deported. But they canceled everything for her, and she went into the immigration judge, and the immigration judge granted her a green card.
So she got cancellation removal or whatever it was. Yeah. So as long as she doesn't have a
she
crime.
can become a citizen.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Right. By the
Thank
way,
you
you're
so
very
much.
funny. I don't want to tell you, but the husband got deported for drugs. You're kind of funny, but it's funny. All right, thank you, Audrey. All right, but yeah, the answer is yes. All right. 1-800-529-5465. George in Sandy, Utah. George.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, nothing much. Been watching your show for many days, and
thank you.
I feel like privileged to ask some questions as well.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So, I just graduated last June as a music major or bachelor's degree.
Right.
And after that, I did my academic training. I think it's equivalent to OPT for F1, but mine is J1 student visa.
Okay. Where you from?
Yeah.
Where you from, George?
I'm from the Philippines.
You're from the Philippines. So tell me what you studied again.
I studied music.
Okay.
And
so you're what kind of instrument you play?
I play piano and I also sing.
You're a pianist.
Songs.
And you got the optional practical training. And your question is what now?
Yeah, so after 5 months, so they call it academic training for J1 students, like OPT, I guess, for F1.
Okay.
It's kind of the same. And after 5 months, the school told me that they needed to terminate my academic training because I wasn't able to update the address, but they didn't ask me for my address when they approved my academic training.
So when did this happen?
It happened like mid-November.
All right.
They
So
terminated.
you have now been out of status for 2 or 3 months, and the school basically screwed you somehow. All right.
Yeah.
So hold on one second. You're going to need a consultation. We're going to figure it out. Hold on one second. All right. Let's go to Al in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Al.
Hello, Brad. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. I have a cousin. He lives in Jamaica, but he have a fiance here and already have a visa. Can he apply for? Or can she apply for a fiancé visa for him?
Yeah, as long as she's a citizen, absolutely.
But although you have a visa already?
Yeah. Why not?
Oh.
Tell her to make an appointment and have a consultation with us, even a phone consultation from Florida, and we'll give her all our options.
So what is the best way? Should you come up married or marry in Jamaica? Which one is easier?
Well, you can't come up for purposes of getting married, so that's not an option. So hold on one second, okay? Because if you come up for purposes of getting married, you got a problem. All right, so hold on one second. Hold on. Let's go to Milton in Brooklyn. Milton.
Yes, hello?
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I want to ask a question. I just heard about it. You were talking about it a while ago. If I came up in December and I got married in January, how much of a problem is that?
It's a problem.
Because I've been hearing about a 90-day rule.
It's a problem. It's a
How
problem.
is a big problem?
Yes, you made a misrepresentation under the law. You lied to the
And
government.
what will be the penalty?
The penalty is you don't get a green card and you get deported unless you get a waiver approved. So yeah, you got a big problem.
Could you repeat that?
The penalty is you do not get a green card because you got married within the first 90 days of coming to the United States. It is considered a misrepresentation, a bar to getting a green card for the rest of your life. You get deported for that, for misrepresentation, because nobody comes to the United States on a visitor's visa with the intention of visiting and get married within the first 90 days, at least under the way they wrote the law, unless you had an intention of getting married when you came up. And they say you lied to the government. So now you need a waiver based on hardship to your spouse. That's what you need to have happen. We're very good at getting it. I'm not looking to scare you, but yeah, you got a big problem.
So so that means it's not good to send in your documents then.
No, what I'm saying is it's not good to keep doing stuff on your own without asking a lawyer what you should be doing. So hold on one second. That's what I'm saying. He's going to put in his papers after I just told him he's got a big problem. Let's go to David in the Bronx. David.
Hey, how you doing, Brad?
What's up?
To Christian, I'm gonna do it real quick. My green card expired last year, June, and I haven't get a response from them yet, or I haven't get the new one yet, so I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. And I was wondering, I got audited for last year with a tax return, and I'm supposed to pay them back some money. I was wondering if I can go ahead and file for citizenship, even though that's pending.
How much did you get audited for? How much you have to pay back?
$5,000.
All right. The answer is as long as you're on some sort of payment plan, yeah, you can do your citizenship.
Okay.
All right. So hold on one second if you need help, and we could also help you with your taxes too if you want. All right.
Cool.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. All right, so who watches I actually, it's not my demographic, Real Housewives of New York, but or Real Housewives of Atlanta, or Real Housewives of Orange County, and I don't know if there's other Real Housewives, but I know there's Orange County. I think there's probably Miami too. I'm not sure, but there's definitely Atlanta because I've seen it. There's definitely New York. I've seen it. There's definitely Orange County. I've seen that one. We have Aviva Drescher, who is one of the stars of the Real Housewives of New York in seasons 5 and 6. She is the only New York City born and bred housewife ever to appear on the series. Nobody else in the entire Housewives of New York was actually born in New York. I didn't know that. She holds a law degree, pretty smart person because I've talked with her, and is the spokesperson for One Step Ahead, a nonprofit organization that helps amputees. She is also the author of the memoir Leggy Blonde and is with us today to discuss her family has an immigration story. Let's hear. Okay.
Do you guys edit this?
Yeah, we'll edit this, so if you flub, don't worry about it. Keisha, even we make mistakes
Brad,
sometimes.
good
How are
evening.
you?
I'm good. I'm asking you, when you put in your filing, all the paperwork, how long it take to hear back a response from immigration?
What is the paperwork that you put in?
My son is filing for me, so putting everything. So how long they take to send approval or what the case is?
Your son put in for you? When did your son put in for you?
About from June.
From June? When did he put in the I-130 or an adjustment for you as well?
Everything put in. Everything go in.
Everything got put in?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it should be 6-9 months.
6-9 months it take to hear back from them?
Yeah, unless if you put in June, did you get your fingerprints taken?
No, I don't get anything taken.
Then you're screwed up completely. What's going on? How much money did you pay immigration? Did you pay $535 or $1765?
Yeah, I pay them all of what they require. Yeah.
And if you have not taken a fingerprint in 6 months, something's wrong. Hold on. You need to come see me. All right? Hold on. 1-800-529-5465. We have slight technical difficulties. How about lots of technical difficulties? But I'll just keep on talking. 1-800-529-5465. Hopefully we'll figure this one back out in a minute. 1-800-529-5465. We don't have any calls. We have Belgium Kim ready for some more questions on social media. Yes, I'm told. Yes! Belgium Kim, are you going to flub? If you flub Belgium Kim, we can't edit it because it's live. So don't flub. No flubbing.
That's my
no flubbing it for you. All right, let's go. What do you got?
We've got Stacy Bless, who says, my friend's from Jamaica, and he's a U.S. citizen. He petitioned an I-130 for his daughter in 2016. When he got the receipt back, they had misspelled his daughter's name. What should he now do, and is it going to delay the processing time for her green card?
Your daughter filed in 2016, and he misspelled his daughter's name?
It's on the receipt notice that they got, the daughter's name was misspelled. It seems like he did not misspell the name.
Don't worry about it. It's not going to delay anything. Somebody just typed in wrong.
Perfect. Casey has a follow-up to an earlier question. She says that she thinks that we may have misunderstood it, so she has asked it in a different way. She's asking on behalf of her best friend. So her best friend's mom filed for her. And so she migrated to the U.S. from Jamaica about 7 months ago, leaving her fiance behind. They had been together, living together in Jamaica for the last 4 years before she left. Her fiance now has a visitor's visa that he's been using to travel back and forth to visit her. She wants to know, how can she get her fiance to come here permanently, whether she should just marry him here while he's on his tourist visa and then file. How can they do it without him overstaying his visa, basically, is the question.
You can't, which is why I said before, I totally understood the question. You have a green card for 4 years. It takes 18 months. There's nothing you file for him now. I said it takes a long time. Remember, we were complaining, oh my God, 6 months, 3 is a long time in a relationship. It's 18 months to file. There's nothing you can do. Once you file for him, don't overstay your time. He shouldn't even be traveling here. You travel to see him. Eventually, you're going to become a citizen, and you'll upgrade it. If you're going to wait to become a citizen and then file for him, it's going to take even that much longer. So the best thing
She's only had her green card for 7 months, though. They've been together for 4 years, but she's had her...
So even more reason, get married and file the I-130 as quickly as possible. The quicker you do it, you can't... He's going to end up overstaying for years, and then you're going to need a provisional waiver, which is hard to get. Go down and marry him. File for him quickly.
We've got Olivia who's in a really tough situation. And so she left her question on YouTube, and she says, I sent in the I-360. Immigration sent it back saying that I needed police clearance for each locality that I lived for more than 6 months in the last 3 years. Over the age of 16.
Okay, continue.
So, and then she says that they say that she married her alleged abuser in good faith. And that me or my child suffered battery or extreme cruelty by the abuser. I sent in this proof already. After I sent them that, is there any chance that they're going to deny my case? And if I am denied, am I going to be placed in deportation?
Maybe. There's a good chance you could be denied. You haven't proved it's a real marriage. You haven't proved you were abused. Maybe you didn't submit a police report from every jurisdiction you've been in since age 16. I don't know. I don't know if you did it right. So she's got a follow-up. By the way, most people get them denied, not approved. That's why you have lawyers.
And so this is where it gets sticky. And this is where I think she needs your Brad talk of truth of how important this is. Because she says she has the abuse on video.
Our next guest here was...
She'd like to send in the video to immigration as more proof. And there's 2 warrants out for the guy right now.
A star of the Real Housewives of New York.
if she sends them a copy of that, is that going to help?
No, don't just randomly send stuff to immigration. It's not going to help. You need to stop doing stuff on your own. When you send stuff to immigration without them asking for it, all you're doing is sending it to a black hole and it's going nowhere. Stop and come see a lawyer. It's your life. Why do people think that it's okay to spend money on get your hair done? It's okay, you should go spend money to go out and have a nice dinner, but you won't spend money to deal with your life? Where's the priorities in all of this? At least have a consultation. All right?
Too important.
Yes. All right, Kim, let's do this. I am told.
Yes.
That we have now Aviva Drescher, and she will not be flubbing anything. I believe. And by the way, I am not a fan of, I don't watch. It's not my demographic, Real Housewives of New York. It's not my thing.
It's my demographic.
I know you love it. I know you love it. Okay, it's not my thing. But I want you to know something. She is a really smart lady. It was actually, I was like, when you watch the Real Housewives, it's all like, screaming, yell at each other,
Yeah,
and
it's drama.
And it's drama. It's complete meaningless, BS. But she's a really smart lady, and she has really smart things to say. So let's watch. Guest here was a star of the Real Housewives of New York in season 5 and 6, Aviva Drescher. Welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show. I'm sure a lot of people know who you are, but for the few who don't, let's just watch a clip from the Real Housewives of New York, and then we're going to come back and talk about your family's immigration story.
The only thing that is artificial or fake about me is this.
Oh my God! You seem like such
Brad.
You seem like such a nice person. What was that? Wow.
That was entertainment.
That was entertainment. I think a lot of people know, and they just saw if they didn't. You have a prosthetic leg. How did that all happen? How did that all come about?
So in 1977, my Jewish father from Brooklyn, he was in the tax shelter business upstate New York, which I'm sure, as you know, is now illegal.
Right.
I was sleeping over at a friend's house, and I woke up in the morning, and we snuck out of the house, and we rode on a conveyor belt. My foot got stuck.
Oh my God.
And the rest is history.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was about six years old.
Do you vividly remember what happened, or you kind of block it all out of your head?
I do vividly remember it, and for me, it's not that big of a deal. It's like wearing glasses. I'm very used to it, and I've really made lemonade out of lemons, and really did the Real Housewives show predominantly to help other people who are missing limbs. You can do anything with a prosthesis that a two-legged person can do. In fact, it helps a little bit, wearing high heels, and my good sound leg is
We're on. I know I'm on. I'm just like, the hell, man? What the hell, man? Machine froze. Call a heater. Call a heating man to unfreeze it. We try to do some good stuff here. We get frozen machines. All right. You know what we can do? We can help as many people as we can. That's what we're going to do. Let's go to Sharon in Brooklyn. Sharon.
Hi, I have a question. You? Good night.
Good night.
I'm good, very good. I'm a U.S. citizen. Want to file for my daughter. She's over 21 and she has a baby. The baby is 2 months old. Do I file on the same form or I have to do two separate forms?
Your daughter is how old?
She is 28 years to be exact.
One form. You just file for your daughter and put her daughter, which is your granddaughter's
yes.
Name on the application.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Marshallette in Lake Park, Florida. Marshallette.
Hey, Brad.
Hey,
how
what's
are
up?
you?
I have been better.
Okay.
We've had a little technical flubbing here all night, but hopefully we'll get it all fixed. What's going on?
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, I guess you answered my question, but I'm not sure I understand what you said. My husband is a citizen by birth, and I'm here, and he put in my I-130 and I-130A. But I heard you said if I'm here, it should be that alone he put in. So what else do we do? What do we do?
Your husband is a citizen. How did you come to the United States?
I came on an H-2B visa from 2012.
Okay, so then you should be putting in your whole adjustment. So do an I-130, the I-130A, your I-485.
I-45?
Correct. An adjustment.
I never heard of that one.
You never heard of I-485?
No.
That's the adjustment. Let me tell you this. If you haven't heard of the I-485, you should be stopping in your tracks and doing nothing else but calling me. Okay? And let me deal with it. Because if you just do the I-130 and nothing else, you are never getting a green card.
Yes, he did the I-130 and I-130A. I guess they might get it by now, too.
No, you're going to get nothing. You got to do an I-485, which is your adjustment. You got to do an I-765, which is your work permit, an I-131, which is your advanced parole, an I-864, which is your affidavit of support. You need to do all of that in order to get an interview here and get your ball rolling. So hold on 1 second, okay? Simply because you need to get it all straightened out. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Do we have anything ready, or are we still frozen? All right, let's try to find Megan, our divorce attorney, and let's hear what she has to say. Maybe we'll find her. Maybe the machine is still frozen. It's frozen! It's frozen! That's what I'm getting yelled at. I'm getting yelled at in my ear. It's frozen! Maybe we can find Sam the Chipmunk to entertain us for a little bit. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. I'm reading Jeff Bossy going, I-45, I-130, LOL. Yeah, we need Sam the Groundhog to the rescue. Sam says he's got it fixed. Let's try it one more time. Sam? So as we've heard from Spahn Bernstein's tax attorney, Carmela Waldron, many times, and I'm sure as you've read in the news as well, we have a whole new tax structure here in the United States. Some people it helps, some people it doesn't help. And it's not just about cutting certain people's taxes and property taxes you've heard a lot about, and interest that gets carried on in real estate deals. It also affects you in any sort of matrimonial and family court issues. And how can that possibly be? With us today, we have Megan Buckwalter, our fabulous matrimonial attorney. She's a super lawyer. Many times over, she practices matrimonial law and family court law, both in New York State and Connecticut. Megan, what are the new tax complications? I know this may not sound very sexy and interesting, but it's really important to know. What are the new tax implications that go into effect as it pertains to divorces?
Yeah, it may not be the best hot topic going on right now, but it is very, very important. Right now, if you're someone in New York State who's paying spousal support, it's a tax deduction. It's deductible for the person paying it, and it's taxable income to the person receiving it.
So what that means for people, if I break it down, is let's say Brad is paying Megan, you're my ex-wife, and I'm paying you maintenance. And I earn $100,000 a year. My maintenance I pay you is $10,000. I get taxed on $90,000. You get taxed on $10,000. Correct?
Well, no. You get a deduction, and I get taxed on the $10,000 that I receive, and along with obviously any other income that I'm earning.
Correct. And now under the new law, how does it change?
So under the new law, I wouldn't get taxed on any income I receive, but you also don't get a tax deduction. So it's neither deductible nor is it taxable income.
So basically, it would be any person who's making a payment to another spouse, they're responsible fully for the taxes.
Yes, they're responsible, and the person receiving it doesn't pay any taxes on that income. It's just income they're receiving that's really tax-free. So this is a huge problem in our field.
And when does this go into effect? Is it in effect now?
It is not in effect now. This goes into effect December 31st, 2018. So it's going to affect any divorces that start on December 31st and going forward. And it's going to affect any separation agreements or instruments that are put into effect after December 31st, 2018.
So let me get this straight. If I'm in a marriage right now, and I'm the person with the money and the spouse is the person without the money, it would behoove me, it would be into my best interest to start the divorce before December 2018. Do I have to have it resolved before December 2018?
You do not have to have it resolved, but you do want to have it started. So because it's not going to affect a case that's ongoing. It's just going to affect the new cases starting after.
Right. So basically, if I want to save money and I'm the moneyed spouse, you would want to start the case before December 2018. Other than that, there's going to be a huge tax implication to the moneyed spouse after who's paying out money. This goes to maintenance, right? Child support it doesn't go to because child support is already like that. But yes. Maintenance and alimony, certainly in New York, it's former alimony. The moneyed spouse was getting the tax deduction, and the person getting the money had to pay the taxes. Now it's the moneyed spouse has to pay it all. And that's a huge difference, and that's going to make a big difference on how much money, I assume, a moneyed spouse, the person with the money, is willing to give the ex-spouse. I'm sorry, I have a question because it's just hitting my head. What can the ex-spouse, the person without the money, do to protect themselves now, if anything?
So right now, if you're in the midst of negotiating a divorce agreement or a separation agreement, you want to make sure that you have explicit language in that agreement that says that the current laws are going to apply. Technically, you could agree to apply the future laws. I don't see in any situation, especially if you're middle class, where this would be helpful. So you want to make sure that you have an attorney that's familiar with the changes in the law and is going to put in your separation agreement protections that make sure the current law applies to any future spousal support payments.
So right now, we're kind of in this gray area actually, where it's up for negotiation who's going to get taxed on their separation agreement. Any cases that start now, any cases that start after January 2019. You're too late. There's no negotiation anymore. The person with the money is the one who's getting the taxes. The person receiving the money gets it tax-free. What about, I have a question for you. What about people like me who have I'm divorced already from a while back, all right? Mm-hmm. Can my ex-wife, I hope she's watching or maybe she's not, can my ex-wife go back and reopen the divorce and say, I want to now not pay taxes?
No, so you're protected. It's really only future divorces, so after December 31st, or any agreements that are being entered into now. It would have to expressly state that this new tax law was going to apply to future modifications or changes. So you're protected. It's not in your agreement because this law wasn't in place when you entered into your agreement.
So what advice do you have for people who are right now maybe in an unhappy marriage, contemplating divorce? They're not sure what they should be doing. And by no means are we saying advocating breakup marriages. But what advice do you have for people who may be thinking, you know what, I think it's time that, my wife or my husband and I terminate our marriage. What advice do you have for them?
I mean, honestly, now, don't wait. Now is the time. If you already know that you want to get divorced and you've sort of been putting it off for whatever reason, you don't want to wait. It really hurts both people. It hurts both spouses because it's taking money away from the family pot of income, right? So the person who's paying the spousal support probably has the higher income, which means they're in a higher tax bracket. So they're taking money out of the pockets of both spouses. So it really benefits both the person receiving spousal support and the person paying it to file for divorce now and keep that money within their family as opposed to paying it in taxes.
Yeah, because it actually makes sense, because you're getting the moneyed person is getting taxed at a higher rate than the person receiving the money. So basically, the person who's receiving the money is going to get less, even under the new tax laws. Even if they think that they're going to not have to pay taxes, they're actually going to receive less because the moneyed spouse won't have as much money to give them.
Exactly. So it really, now is not the time to wait. It benefits both parties to file now. If you know you're going to get divorced, you know that this has been, something that's been coming along. Don't wait. Start your case now so that you're protected under the current laws.
Well, this is fantastic information for everybody out there who needs a really good matrimonial attorney, a family court attorney in New York State, in Connecticut. Give Megan a call right now. She's a super lawyer. She's been voted super lawyer multiple times in a row. Her telephone number here at Spar & Bernstein is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. It's the same number that you called to get on our show, 1-800-529-5465. Fantastic information. Great job, Megan, as always. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks, Fred.
All right. All right, and now we have Belgium Kim. Hello. All right, so this is what we're going to do. All right, we're going to produce the show. Well, we went from Block D to Block H, and then we got to go Block to Block E, and then we're going to finish with Block B, okay? So going H, E, B. Everybody understand? Let's go. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're gonna do some Facebook questions and YouTube questions. We're gonna get Aviva all ready to go. Aviva Drescher. We promised you a housewife. We're gonna give you a housewife, and then we're gonna end. God damn it, we're giving you a housewife one way or the other, and then we are going to end with however the hell we feel like ending. All right, so we're going Block H now, back to Block D, and then we don't know what block we're going to go after that. All right, so what do we got on Facebook? Let's go.
It's our show.
Let's go. That's the show. And that's the show.
Marsha wants to know, if someone is married and wants to divorce to get married again, how long is that going to take?
Someone's married, wants a divorce to get, you were saying how long is the divorce? Where do you live? Like in Las Vegas, a divorce is like 6 weeks. We've heard from people who call from Jamaica that it takes years and years and years. What jurisdiction are you in? Rensselaer County, New York. Very fast divorce. You wonder why? Judge got nothing to do in Rensselaer County, New York. Okay? There's like 3 people who live in the entire county, and there's like a judge, and they got nothing to do. So go to Rensselaer, New York, and you can get divorced really fast. It just depends on how fast, I don't know where you live.
I also love that there's some sort of fast track in Vegas. I find that very
yes. Because Elvis is paying everybody off to get divorced and remarried very quickly. There's a big push in Civil Hall by Elvis to get everybody divorced quickly there.
I mean, I get it.
Right. Vegas is complete anarchy. You go there, you can get divorced fast, and you can get married at 3 a.m. by Elvis.
I have to be honest, I have been to Vegas, and thank God they have a divorce fast track.
Is there anybody else who marries you in Las Vegas besides Elvis? I wonder. Can you get married by like Sammy Davis Jr.? Who else can marry you there? Like if you go to the chapel, you're like, I'm just not an Elvis fan. Who else do you got? I don't know.
I'd be Celine Dion.
What?
I want Celine Dion.
Wouldn't that be great? Like they have like all these impersonators there, I want what? Like Michael Jackson just came and married me, All right. What else?
Nandine says, how long does it take for a person who has her 2-year green card to get her 10-year? She submitted her paperwork for her 10-year green card last April.
A 2-year green card for a 10-year green card takes 18 months.
Teresita wants to know, I have a niece here in the Philippines, but she got divorced by her husband, and he abandoned her 3 kids after 18 years. Right. I wonder if there's any way that they could get child support, given that the father is an American citizen.
You can only apply for child support where the children are. So if the children are in the Philippines, you can't apply for child support in New York. You have to apply where the children are.
Annie Angel has a very similar question that we talked about earlier, and I'm not certain how this applies. My son entered the U.S. when he was 16 years old. I'm a citizen, so technically he should be too, right? I used a lawyer to apply for his certificate of citizenship, and that got denied because immigration is saying that the father also had to be a citizen or dead. The father
How
is
old
not
is this guy now?
The son entered the U.S. when he was 16.
How old is he now?
That we don't know.
That's the key question.
So if they filed for the citizenship before?
No, if he turned 18 before February 2001, those are different laws than after February 2001. So one of the answers we need to know is how old is the child? He may be 40 years old, a child. Which is child man.
Which is man,
man-child or whatever. Man-child, child man, whatever it is, right.
There are more of those than people care to admit.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
We've got Ella, who really wants to know, she's a permanent resident. She's adjusting her daughter's status. Her daughter's 30 years old, came from Jamaica on a visiting visa. The I-130 was already approved in November of 2016. How much longer until they actually get their paperwork?
Well, how old's the daughter?
30.
Oh, about 4 more years. Remember, they're only in 2011, maybe 4 years.
Is the fact that the daughter came in on a visiting visa and has now overstayed her visiting visa going to
Of course, yeah.
Right?
You can't adjust your status here. You're out of status. You're illegal. You have to do a provisional waiver, which to overcome a 10-year bar because you've broken the immigration laws.
Nadisha wants to know, after your I-130 is approved, how long do you have to wait to hear from NVC if you're filing for an immediate relative?
8 weeks.
Spencer says, I've got a friend who's been out of status for a while now. He's married to a U.S. citizen. Is he going to be able to adjust his status even if he worked under the table but has not paid his taxes, obviously because it was under the table?
Yes, but you should pay your taxes. The fact that you work illegally is not a bar to getting a green card married to a U.S. citizen. You should also pay your taxes, because if you lie on the form about not working when you did, then you have a misrepresentation problem. All right, let's see if we can find Aviva Drescher, our housewife for the third. God, I told you. We're gonna do all night. If we have to stay here all night, God damn it, we're gonna talk to a housewife. All right, let's go talk to a housewife. God damn it, let's see. God damn it. Our next guest here was a star of the Real Housewives of New York in season 5 and 6, Aviva Drescher. Welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show. I'm sure a lot of people know who you are, but for the few who don't, let's just watch a clip from the Real Housewives of New York, and then we're going to come back and talk about your family's immigration story.
The only thing that is artificial or fake about me is this. Oh my God! Go ahead, Heather.
Oh my God! You seem like such you seem like such a nice person. What was that? Wow.
That was entertainment.
That was entertainment. I think a lot of people know, and they just saw. If they didn't, you have a prosthetic leg. How did that all happen? How did that all come about?
So in 1977, my Jewish father from Brooklyn, he was in the tax shelter business upstate New York, which I'm sure, as you know, is now illegal.
Right.
I was sleeping over at a friend's house, and I woke up in the morning and we snuck out of the house and we rode on a conveyor belt. My foot got stuck.
Oh my God.
And the rest is history.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was about six years old.
Do you vividly remember what happened, or you kind of block it all out of your head?
I do vividly remember it, and for me, it's not that big of a deal. It's like wearing glasses. I'm very used to it, and I've really made lemonade out of lemons, and really did the Real Housewives show predominantly to help other people who are missing limbs. You can do anything with a prosthesis that a two-legged person can do. In fact, it helps a little bit. Wearing high heels, and my good sound leg is tired, I can lean on my prosthetic leg, which can actually carry more force.
You're an attorney as well. correct?
Yes, I'm an attorney. I don't practice.
You don't practice, but you have
Yes,
you have
I
your
don't
license.
practice.
You have your license still. You kept your license.
Yes,
Right.
I just work on philanthropy now. I really just work on I have 3 children. I work on my family, my husband, and my
Do
children.
you have a specific charity you work for? You work for multiple charities.
I'm the national spokesperson for A Step Ahead, and that's the charity that I work on and try to raise money for. Insurance here in America doesn't pay for many prosthetics at all. If you lose a limb from cancer or an accident, the insurance policies are terrible. A child who is growing and may need 2 or 3 per year is not going to survive on one for a lifetime. Additionally, there are aesthetic components to the limbs which make you feel really whole and really good about yourself that are not covered at all.
Your family has an immigration experience. You're a first generation born in America. Is that correct?
Yes, my mother was from Germany, and my father actually is American. He's from Brooklyn, New York. But my mother immigrated to Connecticut when she was 14 years old. She was a child of World War II.
Did she ever tell you about her experience about immigrating, or does she not talk about that part of her life?
She actually didn't talk much about her life. I think it was very harrowing and difficult for her, the whole experience. And I think that her life really began here, though, when she turned 18 and she could work in America. She was a Pan Am flight attendant.
Right.
Which was a very prestigious job. You had to have, you had to be really well educated,
Right.
and you had to speak multiple languages and all the rest of it. And my mother was also a model, and she loved America. And then she met this, Brooklyn rough around the edges guy.
Right.
And my parents grew together and became a real it couple in New York. My father was a very well-known certified public accountant for celebrities. He was heavily involved in the tax shelter business back in the day.
Right.
He worked with people such as he was the accountant for the Beatles and John Lennon, Woody Allen, Mike Milken, Stevie Wonder, a lot of other singers and important Wall Street people. My father took care of.
Wow. And for those who don't know, back in the day, sometimes people would go into these tax shelters. They were basically losing businesses, and businesses that lost money. And as a result of the loss in money in one business and they made money in another business, people were trying to avoid having to pay taxes. You can't do that anymore. But at the time, back in the 1970s, it's kind of how it worked. You are living, for all accounts, a more privileged life than most people who are watching this show. Tell us from your vantage point what you think of what's going on with immigration today, what you think of what Trump is doing in terms of immigration.
First of all, both of my parents were economically very poor and came from nothing and built an entire life together and were major contributors to society. So there's that. You all got to watch me throw my leg because of them.
Yes.
On television. I think that it's really important. I'm here in New York City, which is a melting pot. People who immigrate have so much more to offer often than what we have here in America on its own, medically, in every area. In foreign countries, they have a tremendous amount to teach us and to bring to the table. They can enhance our country.
Of course.
I respect and understand that we're safe. That seems to be a sort of disguise. Let's keep our country safe and keep everybody out. That seems to be a disguise of something more sinister at work here. And that something sinister seems to be some sort of racism.
Of course.
Some sort of elitist attitude that is not the American way. And this wall nonsense and keeping people out and sending people back to their country is just absurd. Absolutely absurd, and it doesn't solve anything. I think it's a very sad time in our country.
There's a lot of people who are facing a lot of anxiety, a lot of adversity right now because they don't know what's going to happen with immigration. Every day they wake up, am I going to get deported? Is someone going to come knock on my door? Is Trump going to change the policy? People are really living in fear. I know you have never personally lived in fear, but you have certainly overcome a lot of adversity and a lot of anxiety, certainly with your leg. What do you have to say to people? The sun will come out tomorrow, and live day by day.
When faced with adversity, you have two choices. You can go down the path of complete negativity and feeling horrible and terrible, or you can look at it and just say a few words to yourself, which is, it could be worse. And you need to put your brain towards the positive, no matter what terrible situation comes your way. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, or what level you're at in anything. Focus on the positive. Grab onto that.
Aviva, I really appreciate you coming on our show and sharing your insight and your family's immigration history and what you do to help people and the adversity that you overcame. And thank you very much. I really appreciate coming on.
Rod, I want to just tell you one more thing. Many people come from abroad who have money and who don't have money to my prosthetist to get prosthetics that cost north of $10,000 a leg. And if people cannot come in to get the state-of-the-art prosthetics, how terrible would that be? There's so many ramifications to all of this nonsense.
And I would bet the engineers and the scientists and the medical personnel who actually develop all these prosthetics, I would bet you that more than half were born in another country who are now working on this here in America. Thank you very much, Aviva. Absolutely. I really appreciate you coming on. All right. There you got it, Kim. A housewife. We said our third time was a try. And you wonder what she's actually you say that because you don't realize it from the show or you see all the craziness that happens on the show, but she's actually a really bright woman. But all these housewives have to be smart. They're not even though they're playing a role and making this drama for no reason. I mean, all of them, no matter who they are in any of that, Atlanta, New York, New Jersey, Orange County, whatever it is, I'm sure they're all really bright women because you wouldn't have made it onto the show if you're like an idiot. So I think they're all really smart, bright women, probably.
And it's unfortunate, kind of, I think, and even I am a fan, but I think it's unfortunate that a lot of their smarts is kind of gets lost because, I mean, like now all you know about Aviva, it's the woman who threw her leg, but she does all of these amazing
She's the leg
things.
Thrower. Right. But, by the way, they're not all angels. I mean, they're all self-centered, lunatics, but they're probably smart people as well, too.
They've still accomplished things.
Yeah, still, right. I mean, they're still self-centered lunatics, but,
you got to be a little crazy to be successful.
Exactly. All right, so let's finish up our immigration questions. We have about 10 minutes.
Great. So we've got Sweet Kimmy who wants to know, can I file for both my parents if one is biological and the other is not?
As long as the marriage happened before your 18th birthday, yes.
Don wants to know, I heard in the news that a visitor to the U.S. with a visiting visa can cross over the Canadian border without inspection, just with a visiting visa. Is that true?
Wait, if you're crossing over the border with just a visitor's visa without inspection, why do you need the visitor's visa? Nobody's inspecting you. Maybe
without further inspection, perhaps?
I don't know what further inspection is. You have a visitor's visa, here it is, they stamp it. I don't know what the question is.
Well, no, they have a U.S. visitor's visa, but they're saying that...
They have a U.S. visitor's visa. And sometimes they cross the border and they don't put a stamp in your passport, but they're still stopping everybody. They're asking, who are you? What are you here for? They're not just saying, come on in. I doubt it.
The Canadians are just that nice. They're just like...
Woo, bring them out. Up. 6 cars. 6 cars. Bring them through. Of course, they're going to ask you. I think what he's asking is they're not stamping a passport or anything. It's possible. Right.
Janet wants to know, my priority date is 2004 when my sister filed for me. How much time is left?
I think you're ready. They're up to July 22nd, 2004. So it depends when in 2004 you were filed.
That is really exciting.
That's exciting.
14 years waiting.
Yeah, 14 years. She's just about there. Have a good lawyer. 1-800-529-5465.
Christina's asking, what if a married husband does work in the U.S., he is a citizen and spent most of his time in Jamaica working here? Should I wait on him to file my taxes?
Say it again.
So she's got a citizen husband that he's working in even though he is a U.S. citizen, he spends a lot of his time in Jamaica working. Should she wait on him to file her taxes so they file their taxes together, or can she just go ahead and file and wait, and he can file his own taxes when he gets back?
She's a citizen too? Well, I don't understand what
I think she's a green card holder.
No, just file your tax. I mean, if you're doing it in terms of your citizenship, you have to file a joint tax return. If you're beyond filing for your citizenship, then don't worry about it. I guess is the question. I'm not sure what she's asking. Why?
That Facebook translation was a toughie, but I think that's
okay.
So Ronnie wants to know if someone, Janet, by the way, her sister filed for her in September of 2004. So she's got like 2 more months, right?
Correct.
She's
right. That's good.
Ronnie wants to know if someone was reported to immigration the reason about a green card marriage. So if someone informs immigration that you're in a green card marriage, can they remarry and then file again?
If somebody informs you're in a green card marriage, can you remarry? In other words, somebody called up and said, hello, immigration? Belgium Kim is in a business marriage.
Yeah.
Okay? Do not give Belgium Kim her green card. If someone reports you as being in a business marriage and immigration believes you're in a business marriage, that bars you for life. That doesn't mean because somebody calls up and says you're in a business marriage, it's true, and it doesn't mean that even immigration's even listening to the person.
Sandra says,
versus you go on an interview and they interview you and the spouse and they determine it's a business marriage. Now you got a problem. Or you go on an interview, they're not sure, they do an investigation and determine it's a business marriage. Now you got a problem.
If you drop that filing that they got the call about and then refile with another person,
once you enter into a business marriage, you are barred from getting a green card for life.
We've got Sandra who wants to know, can you apply for citizenship while waiting to remove the conditional visa?
If you have a conditional resident for more than 2 years, 9 months, and 3 days, the answer is yes.
Rosie wants to know, my friend came here on someone else's name, but the name she the name she came in on lost the paperwork. So I'm assuming that she lost the false name. She came on somebody
else's name. She came on a false name, and then misrepresentation, and now she doesn't even have the paperwork.
She has 4 kids, and now she's married to a U.S. citizen. Is there any way that she's actually going to get her green card?
Maybe. She's got to prove a legal entry, albeit as somebody else, if she lives in New York and Connecticut, and then file waivers. Or she would have to do a provisional waiver here and then a second waiver back home. Is there a possibility? Absolutely. She needs a consultation.
Christine says, I am a green card holder. How long is it going to take to file for my 31-year-old son in Jamaica?
8 years. Do it now, by the way. They're debating immigration law as we speak. Do it now.
Do you know something I learned from Aviva, Brad?
What?
I really need to kind of be speaking like just to my good angle. Like, did you notice that? She just kind of stayed on her good angle and just was like...
I didn't even realize.
It's like a 3/4 turn. It's just like, I'm just going to show you the good side of my face.
I think this side's better for me. I should face this
Is that
way.
your good side?
I don't know.
I like this side. This is my good side. My right side is definitely my good side.
I think.
That's a good side for you.
Or this side. Which one better?
Ooh.
This way is terrible. That's all I know. You want to be like this, or you want to be like this. But this way is the worst. All right, let's continue. We don't have time to worry about that now. We have about 6 minutes to go. We got to go through immigration questions.
We've got Hervé who wants to know if somebody is on removal, can he still get a green card?
Yeah, possibly. Depends what the situation is.
Sabrina says, can I file for my niece in Jamaica?
No.
Donette says, can a citizen dad file for his 17-year-old daughter even though they live in 2 different states?
Citizen dad filing for U.S. citizen daughter in 2 different states, yes.
Well, the daughter's not a U.S. citizen yet.
I understand. The dad is filing for the daughter, who is a U.S. U.S. citizen dad filing for daughter. Belgium Kim, the answer is yes.
We've got Tanya on YouTube who says, my cousin tried to get into the U.S. on somebody else's passport. Can she get a visa to visit?
No.
She met the love.
No, because she has a misrepresentation. She got deported at the airport. If she met the love of her life has to go down wherever she is, marry her, come back, and then she needs to file waivers for a prior order of deportation and misrepresentation.
Gite says, I'm really sorry if I butchered your name. Gite
yes.
Wants to know. I'm a green card holder. I've been here for about 5 years. I applied for my citizenship in June of last year. My question is, my wife just got here a year and a half ago on a student visa, but never actually attended the school. She's been searching and searching for jobs, but all of the jobs that she's looking for requires a driver's license. Can she go ahead and apply for her driver's license?
No. She's out of status. 2, my concern is, what was her intention when she came here? Why didn't she go to school? There could be misrepresentation issues. Before she does anything else and starts working illegally, and you're only a permanent resident, maybe you should go speak to an attorney.
That's probably a good call. We've got Topaz who wants to know, is it true that a law is about to pass stating that a U.S. citizen isn't going to be able to file for their parents?
It's very possible. They're debating it. That's why I keep telling everybody to file this week. Nobody likes to listen to me.
They don't want to hear that tough,
news. The tough news, right. They think it's just going to happen forever. The answer is no. Trump wants to end family immigration.
The debate is happening this week. They're probably going to pass something.
I don't know.
This week.
I don't know. File something now. This week.
So we have... This week! What are you waiting for, people? Right. So we have answered every single immigration question.
Well, that's perfect because we are just out of time of our 2-hour show. So thank you all for watching. Belgium Kim, I'm going to say goodbye to you now. And thank you all for watching the Brad Son Squeeze Show. We will be back live tomorrow at 5:30. Please let your friends know to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend that we are here to help you every day, Monday through Friday, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And of course, please share this with your friends and family. And of course, also know that here at the law office of Spahn Bernstein, it's not just immigration, it's personal injury, criminal defense, car accidents, tax debt relief, construction accidents, matrimonial, family law, and of course, immigration. And the telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spahn Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spahn Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spahn and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?